How's it going, everyone? Mask here, back with another Knights Chronicle video, and today it's gonna be all about the PvP god, Cain himself. So stay tuned as we cover his skills, talents, and the best rune build the best rune builds for him as well. If you enjoy these videos, you should subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on any of the daily uploads. Cain is an insane PvP god. His normal passive, Untamed Nature, gives him a 30% chance to awaken Untamed Nature to increase multi-strike and counter-attack chance by 80%, which is like almost max, for 2 turns when the enemy recovers HP. Now, Untamed Nature increases his attack by 10% for 2 turns, stacking up to 5 times. So it can just continue to stack. And get up to a 50% attack buff, 80% multi-strike, 80% counterattack, and then it's his level 60 talent that makes him absolutely insanely broken in PvP. When he inflicts 50% additional damage when attacking support enemies. I mean, that's just a great bonus. The support Slayer. But when Untamed Nature is awakened, he has a 100% chance to absorb damage for 1 turn. 100% damage, 100% chance to absorb all damage taken. That's crazy. I'm going to try to give you guys an example of it right here as well. And he has a 100% chance to decrease the attacker's recovery amount by 100% for 2 turns when he's attacked. And take a quick look at his skills. His skill 1 inflicts damage equal to 100% of his attack and has a 35% chance to decrease the target's recovery amount by 100% for 1 turn as well. So it's just a nice simple attack. As you can see, he just took 0 damage from that Morgan hitting him though as well. His Untamed Nature just got re-procced. So once again, he is going to be immune. Boom, Morgan just hits him. He takes 0 damage. Morgan just healed him for all the damage she was trying to hit him for. That is his passive, his level 60 passive. At its best. Boom. Esna, healing him. His skill 2 inflicts damage equal to 110% of his attack to 3 targets, and it also has a 35% chance to decrease the target's recovery amount by 100% for 2 turns. So you can see right there, I went ahead and I hit 3 different characters. I still have damage absorption on. People are literally healing me by attacking me. Cain could solo the rest of this run. One of the biggest tricks with him is leaving your opponent's healing characters up and alive. Ramuh keeps healing at the end of every one of her turns, and it's literally has my Cain perma 5 stacked on his attack buff, and he's been absorbing damage for more turns in a row now than I can count. Boom, damage absorption. More damage absorption. Every time someone heals at the end of their turn, Rue heals constantly. Esna. Cain is soloing the entire run with his damage absorption. And Cain's 3rd skill, Zap, 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 does penetration damage equal to 300% of attack to 1 target. So it is an absolute huge single target nuke. Now let's target Rue, even though she probably has a ton of health. I get that 50% support bonus. We're currently stacked up to +5 on his bonus attack from his level 60 passive. Let's see what kind of damage we managed to do to her. And we're gonna show it off. Zap, zap, zap. Boom! I didn't even get to see the it totally one-hit her. Holy crap. And we've lost it, but there's the passive. The passive's already back. Morgan, boom, boom, 5k, heals him up to full without even trying. Absolutely disgusting. 8k heal, 9k heal. You're seeing the passive in absolute full effect here. Let's see. I actually want to see how this plays out. When you're in the crazy end game where it's just damage through the roof. Oh, heals. Doesn't matter. I have nobody that heals left except for Cain himself. And he got 1 shot. He got 1 shot by another Cain, but it's still Cain. Cain manages to absolutely solo this out. It ended up perfect that the enemy Cain pretty much takes this home. Electra finished it out. But you saw Cain's passive in full effect there. They were hitting each other for 9,000 damage, and it was all just being straight healed instead of actually killing each other. That could just... Cain can tank. Doesn't matter how hard you hit him. 45,000 damage. No big deal. Alright, so that's my new favorite way to show off the skills. I'm actually going to show you the skills in action, and you can kind of see the passives getting stuff done. So we went over those. Let's go take a look at the rune setup I have on them now. As far as runes go, it's pretty standard setup on Cain. You want to go Rune of Rage. I've never seen a Cain build without 4 Rune of Rages. Now, people tend to play around with this with the second set. And really, the emphasis here is early on, like anytime early on, pre 5 or 6 purple star Cain. So the large majority of you guys, sorry about that, the large majority of you guys, somewhere between 1 to 4 purple stars, or none to 4, I should say, are really going to need these Rune of Life. The way Cain heals, he's still super tanky. Infinitely tanky technically, but he needs to be able to stay alive long enough to get that passive up. You still see a lot of people in that top 20 of the PvP ranking still running the standard Rune of Rage and Rune of Life. The only other real consistent swap out I've seen is the critical strike chance being swapped in for the Rune of Life to try to maximize that crit strike chance. Now let's take a look at the substats that are recommended for Cain. Now, because Cain is 100% a PvP unit, you do not take him into PvE content. There are no bosses that heal. They will never pop his passive. He is absolutely useless in PvE. This is a PvP hero, which is why you kind of see less than optimal runes on him myself. I have not really invested heavily into PvP myself yet, so I haven't really spent a lot of time in leveling up these runes or really giving him any sort of attention. So, that being said, slot 1, you have attack speed, crit strike chance, crit damage, and HP increase. In order, the importance of these, because he's a PvP character, is attack speed above and beyond everything else. Attack speed is the most important stat in PvP, period, end of story. If your entire team is faster than your opponent's team, you will kill 2 to 3 of them before they even get a move. So attack speed, number 1. And then because Cain has no natural crit strike chance built into him, you need to get him as much as you possibly can. So crit strike chance is number 2, most important. And then you're going to have crit damage and HP, sort of kind of looming in there in third. So attack speed, crit strike, and then crit damage or HP. Like, they're both good. Accuracy, useless on PvP characters. And that's going to be slot 1 and slot 2 because they have the same substats. Slot 3, we have evasion, multi-strike, counterattack, HP increase, and HP recovery. Multi-strike and counterattack, Cain doesn't benefit from them a whole lot because he has so much built-in natural counter-strike and multi-strike. If he has his passive up, he's sitting at 80% on both. So the best in slot thing to have in this third slot is definitely HP increase. Pretty much everyone you see in this third slot is running triple HP increase. I mean, multi-strike and counterattack are great. For me, it goes HP increase and then just multi-strike, counterattack, whatever, evasion. If you do get the evades off, it's beneficial, but get him that bonus HP. No matter what, it's just going to make you survive more. That's slot 3. In slot 4, we have evasion, attack, multi-strike, counterattack, HP recovery. Attack is number 1 here. He's a absolute attack DPS monster hero. You want triple attack in this slot. Obviously you have multi-strike, counterattack. They're not the worst things to pick up there either. Moving on to slot 5, we're looking at attack again. You have evasion, attack, counterattack, HP recovery, and accuracy. Attack, you want triple attack in slot 4, triple attack in slot 5. Counterattack's not terrible if you land on that in slot 5 too, but perfect triple attack. Triple attack. Now slot 6, once again, you think your first thought is triple attack, but no, attack speed. It automatically wins. Attack speed, then you have attack. Then you have crit strike chance, crit damage, multi-strike. And honestly, here, it's hard to say. You have like attack and crit strike chance, but because of his alt doing 300% of his base attack damage, every point in attack is actually tripled when it comes to using your skill 3. So I still say in slot 6, it's attack speed, then attack, then crit strike chance, then crit strike, crit damage, and then multi-strike, in order from most important to least important substats. And that is how you set up your runes on Cain. You can play around with swapping out the Rune of Life set for either the crit strike chance one, or I've seen people playing around with some of the specialty runes, but I'd keep it pretty simple and straightforward on Cain. Now let's take a look at his hero talents. Because he's a PvP only character, this is the first time you've seen me in one of my hero reviews saying, look, all right, absolutely 100%, this is the talent setup. There really isn't much of an argument. He's Cain. What do we have here? Recover, elemental damage, get out of here. 20% attack increase, done. Level 50. Level 52, increased damage in the arena dealt by 30%. He's a PvP character. I shouldn't even bother opening this menu. What do we got? Bleed, get out of here. Boss damage, Cain's useless versus bosses. Take that 30% bonus damage in the arena. Now, 54. This is one where you guys might actually overlook. You might actually overlook this. This is a 50% chance to burn one enemy for 2 turns when using skill 1. Cain has 80% counter strike, 80% multi-strike, and I mean, skill 1's never on cooldown. That is crazy. He's one of the most optimal characters to proc an effect that is on his first skill because of how many times he's going to use it in any given a battle. He's getting hit and targeted because he is a squishy character as well, so a lot of characters target him, that naturally your AI, and he's just going to be constantly applying this burn to people. Your alternatives is less damage from elemental, useless. 10% defense increase seems sort of okay, like constantly taking less damage, but I feel like at this point this is just not benefiting Cain anywhere near enough when he already is invincible practically when his passive's up. I think you're just going to have him tanky enough that this 10% is not going to matter. But constantly burning enemies, 50% chance on his skill 1. On average, I feel like he's going to be applying 1 burn every round of turns at least. You could apply 2 burns, up to 3 burns in one single full round of everyone attacking if enough people hit Cain and he gets those counterattacks off. So 54 talent, burning weapon. That's probably where you guys... you may even disagree with me, and I'd love to talk to you in the chat, but go through the leaderboards. Every single person pretty much runs Cain in PvP, and they're all on burning weapon, and that's why. Going on to 56, once again, this is actually where a lot of the times I've suggested people to take Grudge, but Grudge is more of a PvE skill. 20% chance is not often enough to properly proc in the short, intense PvP fights. This is more for when you're getting hit and the boss is attacking every other turn. Like you attack, boss attacks. You attack, boss attacks. Your guy's getting hit. Before he gets to go every turn, your guy's getting hit 3 or 4 times. That's when Grudge is great. For Cain, Gladiator's technique. Let's take 15% less damage. This lets us not feel so bad about not getting that 10% defense boost. Now, in your 58 talent, we don't need penetration granted for any turns. Cain's ult already does penetration, and he has no natural source of crit rate, so we cannot really invest in crit strike damage. That makes this an easy choice to pick up 15% crit strike chance, because we want to get Cain's crit strike chance as high as possible, so when he is pumping out this crazy damage, we just have that bonus chance of getting those crits off. Every time he gets a critical strike, he is still hitting like a truck. It's really just the most efficient way with any sort of crit stat to increase his overall damage. You have to actually get the crits before crit strike damage is worth anything. I mean, we've went over his passive a bunch of times. It is busted. His passive is so good. So we've covered that's Cain's skills. We got some nice new highlights on the skills. Let me know how you guys think of my new way to kind of go over the hero's skills. I like showing them off, getting to see them in action, and then people who don't have the hero actually can kind of really see what I'm trying to say with the skills. Cain's a PvP monster. But thanks for checking us out, guys. I finally reviewed Cain. Every day I'm like, oh, I should review Cain today. I'm like, nah, I'll do this guy instead. This is like one of the first people I should have had up. But hopefully it wasn't too late, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Lots more to come. I'm really hoping to keep up with the Knights Chronicle weekly or daily grind. Thanks for checking us out, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you grab my Facebook and my Twitter link out of the description down below. Follow me on those social media so you know when I'm going live on Twitch or when new content's coming out. As well as always, definitely check that top of the description down below for a link to download and install BlueStacks. BlueStacks is how I play Knights Chronicle on my computer. Take advantage of the faster processing power your computer has, the better graphics, and of course, save that cell phone battery, guys. Knights Chronicle fries your poor cell phone battery. You're just gonna see the life getting worse and worse every day. Because I mean, the grind is too real, and especially if you ever leave it on AFK auto farming and grind for a couple hours straight. That really kills it. Until next time, guys, smash that subscribe button and stay classy.